a skilled boxer, as you can see, leading with the right hand there.
1, 2, let's go. 1, 2, yeah.
Good night. There goes Monaco. And I mean, there he goes. Well, that does it for this fight. Butterbean gets the job done.
He threw 3 right hands and got 3 knockdowns. Into the fight, and good night with that. And all along, we didn't see any combinations from Butterbean. We saw him load up.
We never see combinations.
And I suspect we will see opponents with a higher skill level in some subsequent fights.
Yeah, I'm sure they're working toward that.
But you do see what happens when he gets a clear shot. It's home run derby.
He's a big, strong man. I mean, there's no question about that. And if he hits you on the chin.
Here comes Butterbean in. Good right hand, left hand, down goes Jagan, hits his head hard. Fight is over. And Butterbean has returned to the ring wars with a first round KO. Right hand to the body, followed up with a right hand to the head. Combination left and right, down goes Jagan, hits his head very hard on the canvas. It's a good combination by Butterbean. All those punches landed. Look at the right hand. Look at again the left-right combination. Down with the kid. Listen to this crowd reaction. As Eric Esch, Butterbean goes to work. He's got Allen between the ropes, in trouble. Jane 80 gets between the two and stops the fight.
Wow.
Not the easiest of victories for Butterbean. He had some problems for 2.5 rounds, but then when he got his man cornered.
Kurt Allen would I think, disagree with that. When he had Allen hurt, Butterbean really poured it on. See him pick up the pace here, really pushing forward with his punches. He thought he had Allen out there, and he hit him a few more times. Jay Nandy said, that's enough, that's enough. I don't like the way that Allen's reacting. Allen wobbled a few times back to the ropes. The only thing keeping him up with the ropes, and when that happens in boxing, the referees are supposed to stop the fight, just like Nady did.
He couldn't escape. He couldn't get out of that corner. He was just trapped. The Bean's got too much mass in front of him to get away. There was no escape route.
Right, getting away from the Bean, you can't circle him because he's so big. Once you circle him, you're on the other side of the ropes. You're at the other corner. That's all.
Here's Woods with a good right. Well, Woods doesn't care about Butterbean's popularity. Not tonight anyway. Oh, good right, he goes down. Tremendous right by Butterbean. Whoa! Tremendous right.
He hit his head on the mat very hard.
Look at it from 3 different angles. Look at that. The left chin, left side of the chin. He went down.
Overhand right.
Look at this.
Right over the top, right on the chin.
Oh, and his head went smashing to the canvas as well. Look at this angle, best angle of the 3. Watch this. Lights out. Tremendous power from the 333-pounder. Butterbean.
Butterbean comes right to him. Left hook by Butterbean. Trying to finish him with left hooks. White in real trouble. Crowd is roaring. Left-right combination. White is down and out of the ring. Fight is over. And another cut developed on the face of Butterbean beside.
Well, once again, he gives us everything we want. Here we go to the end of the fight. Another big left. Butterbean pressing the attack. Not much that White can do here. He seems to be perhaps out on his feet at this point. The right hand and then the left. Cortez jumps in. White out of the ring, and that's the end of the fight. We see it again from a different angle. Butterbean all over his man. Big left, bigger right, the left again, and Ed White is down, and he is out.
Let's go. Here in round 3. Butterbean again. Even the forearm hurt Roberts. Just like that, Butterbean turns it on and gets his 39th win and his 30th stoppage. The king of the 4-rounders keeps his title.
11 of 16 power shots in this round. There's the forearm you talked about. That's going to hurt. And this was when Roberts was in huge trouble and ultimately was sent to the canvas.
Yeah, Joe Cortez stepped in and stopped it in round number 3. For the official time of the stoppage, as we take one more look at Butterbean, again closing it out. Roberts was hurt against the ropes. Joe Cortez steps in right here and stops it.
To see if he can get him out of it. Big right hand, and that is it. That is probably going to be the end of this fight. It should be. And Jay Nady quickly calls a halt to it. So one thunderous right hand sends Patrick Graham through the ropes.
I'm coming for you,
Tulsa, I do it every year along with him. He's a delightful man to be with. It was actually a jab that put him down. It was the jab. Can you imagine that? A strong jab or a hook, kind of a half hook and half jab by Butterbean that sends Patrick Graham through the ropes. And from any angle, it's just as painful to Patrick Graham.
Hey, Eric.
McNeely just standing there, taking a pounding from Butterbean. This one might not go too much longer. And they stop it. With only moments left to go in the first round, Butterbean is the winner. Peter McNeely just didn't do too much toward the end of that first round. Early in the round, McNeely had landed some jabs and a couple of good left hooks, and then Butterbean, I mean, those punches are coming from way far out, and McNeely just couldn't do anything. He was pretty secure, Butterbean, and having this thing well in hand, and after assuring his corner that it was the case, he went about his business to make it happen, and McNeely just didn't offer much at all in terms of offense. And here's where Butterbean closed the show. Jay Nady stepping in. McNeely really not defending himself, and I don't think too much argument can be made. Butterbean continues to throw those roundhouse punches, just about everything landing.
Butterbean again begins to open up, and I think that hurt Burgoon. Burgoon is knocked out. He goes to a knee. I think that's the end of the fight. I think it was a big right hand that froze Burgoon, and that was it. Burgoon spits out his mouthpiece. He still doesn't know where he is. Shot, and I think it may have been that one that was the end of Burgoon, and right there you see Burgoon covering up. There's a left hook, right hand, left hook again, another right hand, and that would be the end of the night for the Butterbean and Burgoon. We take a look at another angle here. Here it is, a jab followed by a looping overhand right, followed by a left hook, then a digging right hook to the body. And from there, that would signal the end of Burgoon. And Burgoon at that point right there, I think that right hand signaled the end, and some big power shots. Wow, Burgoon.
Well, a bad strategy error in this round by Ken Craven may have been his undoing. Butterbean whacking him in the corner, and now Craven is in trouble. Still punching back, but I don't know how long this one's going to go. Jay Nady says that's enough. Well, Ken Craven gave it all he could, and some of the fans not happy with the stoppage of that fight. I think it was an appropriate stoppage, though. Ken Craven looked like he was in some trouble. People do that for a couple of rounds, and then ultimately, of course, he's fighting.
Oh, it didn't take long. Oh, it didn't take long for Butterbean to score. I don't think he's with us. That's it. He's out.
On his feet, he's out.
I have.
That one punch was all it took. One punch.
Butterbean still going after.
Still wants to beat him.
Because he told him he was going to take care of business.
All right, remember the 3 knockdown. Well, look at Butterbean. Look at the Bean walk across the ring.
The men's business tonight.
Good right hand by Butterbean. Clark trying to fight back. That's it. Clark is down and out of the ring. Fight is over. And for the first time tonight, the crowd has a chance to stand and cheer. And now here comes Butterbean walking across the ring. Good body shot. Missed that one to the head. Going to go to the body again. Those are booming body shots, and there's the finisher. That one to the head really straightened up Clark, and he was about finished there. And finally, Butterbean just overpowering. Look at his eyes roll up. This man is going down. These were several clean punches, Gabriel.
He was throwing good punches, Rich. He was. He was connecting, landing the punches too.
That was quite a flurry by Butterbean. He's the knockout winner in the first round once again.
Rich, he looked good. He looked good doing it.
That last knockdown was a tough one for George Clark. He went flying out of the ring, and referee Toby Gibson called a halt to the proceedings right then.